There was this old man at work, and he was watching me while I was working. I was thinking, okay, are you all right? And he stood there and stood over me while I worked. And I was thinking to myself, um, okay, do you want to stand back a little bit? Because, anything could fall. And God forbid something falls and hits you on the head, and then you're hurt. So I have to look after everybody's health and safety and make the risk assessment while I'm there, while I'm working, obviously, because we're keeping it professional. When he didn't back up, I had to say to myself, is this a thing which a lot of old men are going through when they go to work? Like they want to watch others work when you're working too, so you should be doing work as well, technically, if you're looking at your contract. Your contract doesn't pay you to look about, as they say. So I made a little video on this, and something happened with the sound, so I'm having to re-record it. But at the time, I was just thinking, is it me, or am I looking into it too much? Why do they do this? Is it because they want to check that you're doing your job properly? But I am the qualified tradesperson, and you're technically not the qualified tradesperson, as far as I know. So who's going to be judging this here? Because, who? I'm still wondering. But before I go on, I want to remind you lot to make sure that you like, share, and start following this journey, innit? Because when I come on here, I talk about day-to-day life stuff which probably happens to most of us. And I've kind of like found out how to tap into that, because it's just real life situations which happen to anybody. Like in my real life, people are looking at me, watching me while I work, but they might not be standing directly behind me, which is kind of like okay with me, because, people want to see what you're doing sometimes. And a little bit of curiosity is a little bit of interest for me as a tradesperson, because generally I'm doing some of the same things which I've done before, which I know I'm competent and qualified to do. So I do them, right? But the whole standing over you, asking you questions after and stuff like that is a bit much at your day job, because this person's only a security guard. But you used to get like security guards act very sometimes weird inside establishments which you work in all the time, and then they see you. This gentleman, I only asked him like about the job, and he was able to tell me because there was some email thread, this email which they send everyone to be able to be informed about this problem. So I was informed. Again, I'm thankful that you was able to relay the message to me, but to relay the message and then watch me do it, I think is a bit obsessive. But I guess that's how some older men feel, because they haven't got really much to do. Do I blame them? A little bit, because you're becoming an arsehole. And I found that it's not everybody of that age is an arsehole. It's just some individuals. I think that they take their work to a next extent. They take it to another level. You don't need to do that. Nobody really needs to do that, but they feel the need to do it. Again, what I didn't do, and which I know I'm actually growing up a lot, is I didn't say anything back to him. I didn't bother getting into some type of argument, as in like, what are you watching me for? Leave me the fuck alone, all that type of stuff. I just didn't. I kindly told him, something could fall from where I'm at right now and it could hit you on your head. And you're not wearing a hard hat, are you? He goes, no. Are those safety boots as well? No. Then you should back up quite a lot, which is more than 20 steps, just in case something flies off at a wild angle. Because I was on a scissor lift at the time, and I was quite high up and he was down low looking at me. Again, I laugh about it in my head now, because I realized to myself, you know what? people try in different ways, whether it's to tick you off or to be on your case, isn't it? And I think there are a lot of ways how to deal with it. Like, some ways are to tell people what you think. Again, I don't always feel that will go down the best sometimes, because, you know, like, for my circumstances in that time, he's a security guard. Again, he can make life difficult for me and make it a problem. I didn't really want that at the same time. And I knew that he had made other people's situations a problem for them while they've been there at that specific place. And I was warned about him before. So I thought to myself, you know what? Let's not push the boat and do something which this person might not like or whatever. So I just play my role at the end of the day. But I always have something to say about it online, because I feel we're growing a community on my YouTube channel where we can talk about pretty much everything, even some unawkward conversations, which I have had recently about, if you've been watching my page, that I made something about black men working from 9 to 5. It's not all what it's cracked up to be. Had a lot of comments on there, over 250 comments on there. Really thankful for you guys who are dropping them comments, because that's what matters in these videos as well. Even though I sit down, I organize these videos, I still want to be interactive with people and get their view and opinion upon what goes on, because what goes on in my life and all that, yeah, I'm telling my story. So I appreciate people who are able to listen and be able to point maybe something in the right direction. Maybe sometimes I'm missing something, or there's specifics which they need to know, which I've found that when I tell stories about people like this, you know, the story about this security guard. Again, I'm not here in any workplace to let any security guard be an arsehole towards me, because I'm not working for them, and what I do doesn't affect them, as long as I do it in the correct way and we let all the channels know that we are doing X or Y and this type of work will be commencing. So just letting you know. Again, I'm just trying to prepare people for what goes on, what people just don't talk about. So the old people just watching over your shoulder, it happens, you know, like, I can't tell you the last time I was in someone's property doing a plumbing job and someone was looking over my shoulder, because I will ask them, are you all right? I will stop and say, are you all right? Because I'm all right and I'm just trying to do my job, but you're just watching me. Yeah, I will say to them, are you all right? Because I just like to crack on as well. But I find older men do it a lot because, I don't know, maybe they feel like they've done DIY back in the day, or like, oh, my nephew does that, or like, that's cool. But, you know, like, I'm not your nephew. Because I've heard people say that before. Someone said, oh, yeah, my nephew does that, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, but I'm not your nephew. I didn't see the point in you bringing them up. Bringing them up with the relevance is maybe they done a trade or whatever. That's cool, but we're two different people. We're just inside the same place trying to get to the same point, which is the end of the day. And getting to the end of the day without any discrepancies or arguments and stuff like that, yeah, it's necessary in it, because it preserves your energy as a person. Like, letting people draw you out into this space of like uncomfortableness, or speaking to them in a way which is rude or abrupt, or just ways which shouldn't be communicated inside the workplace. Those ways need to stop, innit? Because it makes you feel some type of way, innit? And everybody knows you come home telling your partner something about this person. Oh, what's his name at work? Idiot, Chips, full man, little Nando's boy. Like, you come away saying all of these things, and really and truly, it's not really that deep. I don't really want to say these things about these people, because, you know, who cares? Do you know what I mean? They're a person who you work alongside. They're not a person who you work for. They're not a person who you have to talk to, but they're a person who is inside the workplace. So I just want to treat them with the same level of respect as I'm being treated with. And so let's just hope that we can reciprocate that and not clash heads too much. I know some people might say, oh, but I'm old school, I like to do this and I like to do that. We're not in old school times. We're in 2025 times, big man. And you just got to remember, you see, like with a lot of older people, yeah, they're the last people to know that things have changed. And that's what I've really realized just by being on the internet and just having a voice and just talking to people and communicating, is that some older people are actually really the last people to know things have changed. We've moved forward and we're not doing that anymore. We're not looking at people in that type of way. And we're not questioning the younger people in what they're doing just because you feel like it. Again, people can feel attacked that you approach them in that type of way, and someone could have an anxiety attack. That's what type of world we live in today, isn't it? I'm not trying to say you can't ask people questions, because you definitely can. Again, if someone's working in your house as a tradesperson, you can ask them questions. You're more than you will ask them questions. That's how it goes. And I don't have a problem with answering people questions, because I definitely do. But more time when I'm there to do a job and I want to get on, I might do 1 or 2 questions with them. They'll ask me 1 or 2 things and I'm going to answer them. I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm just going to try and crack on here. Yeah. And hopefully that brings that moment which allows them to say, oh, I'm just going to make a cup of tea or a drink. Do you want anything? And I'll be like, no, I'm fine. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for offering me though. And then I'll get on with the work. That's what I like to do. In the working scenario, how that guy was, I couldn't really do that because he was just standing over me. I just had to use the excuse of something might fall and it might hit you. But it was true though. That was very true, actually. I didn't use it as an excuse. We didn't have barriers out. I didn't have barriers out at that specific point. So he didn't need to stand so close because the general public was there as well. But yeah, it was just something which came through my mind, and I thought, a lot of old men are like that, man. Like, you're in your 60s, you're working still, and you feel as if like you must police the place. It's not that deep, man. You're not gonna get a gold pen when you finish work. They don't care. It's just work. You're getting the same wages as you're getting before, and we all are just waiting to go home, just like yourself, innit? Let's not make life difficult. Treat people how we want to be treated. Let's be respectful, innit? And let's just get on with the day, because all the rest of the hoo-ha and all the rest of the stuff what someone else wants to say to you, it's all personal, isn't it? You know, like, they don't say that to everybody, innit? They choose and they pick who they say stuff to, because they know that everything can't fly with everyone. You can't run that shit on everyone, because they will check you at the door. What did you say, mate? Yeah, I said this. Don't say that to me. It's not necessary. I'm not trying to be like that, because I just realized that, you know, I come from a Caribbean background, yeah, and at the end of the day, respect upon elders and people within your community is a big thing. So when it comes to like my uncles and stuff like that, yeah, I respect them highly, innit? That's my uncles at the end of the day, and I listen to what they say, and there's not really any talking back at the end of the day, because that's how we grow. But for other individuals, again, you want to give them that same level of respect, but you have to ask yourself, are you respecting me? Because it needs to be reciprocated. You earn respect by respecting others. You don't just bow down and show hella people respect with your bum out in the air and your face down, ass up. Yeah, we don't do that type of thing, man. I don't do that type of thing. I just show people the same level of respect as they've shown me, so we can be cordial and move on as people. But you have got a lot of these weird older men. They are weird, and I'm gonna tell you from now, there's hella load of them out there, man. I don't know where they get off or where they get on, but they're someone's dad, someone's uncle, someone's whatever other half. They need to sort it out and stop being so weird, man. You know, we're just here to do a job. Again, looking at the youth and the younger generation, maybe they might be seeing themselves and might be wanting to say something, but that's not the way how to, I don't know, drop you a little bit of wisdom or say the things what you want to say in context when it comes to work. There's different ways how to do it. And there's some people that just don't want to hear it from you lot. They just don't want to hear it. I'm not trying to say I'm not that person that doesn't want to hear something from that type of generation. I'm just the person who is here to do something, and my time is occupied by doing my job. Yeah, I'm just doing my job. That's all I want to do is do my job. I will talk to you after when it's probably safer to speak to you and communicate about whatever you would like to communicate about, as long as it's to do with working things. Just keep it on that. Keep it on the button. But I just wanted to make this post to redo it because again, people couldn't hear the audio before. But I appreciate all of you guys subscribing and joining my channel and listening to some of my rants. At the end of the day, I talk about things which happen every day, and in my line of work, yeah, I just meet hella load of fucking characters, and I've just got to start getting this out because I got so many, man. I got so many little stories and things that like have happened, and I want to bring them to the channel. And at the moment, we are at 3,000 followers, which I'm very thankful for. But keep on smashing that subscribe button, dropping them comments, and you'll keep seeing me continuously turning up on your page. Yeah? Have a great day. Think about what I said. And it's not that deep. Yeah? Old guys, I've got nothing against you personally, but I think you just need to chill with all the micromanaging and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? You're not a manager, you're not a supervisor. You're just a older man at work trying to cut through and letting everybody else has to cut through as well. So just leave everyone alone and just you know what I mean? No, just chill, man. Just chill and subscribe as well if you're an old man as well. Don't think that we're against you. We're not. Just some of you lot are weird. Said that already. Let's get it.